Hello everyone from Patio Frutal, the fruitful yard. Today we're giving you an update on how are my figs progressing here in the yard. As you can see here we have two Briva figs, which is fruit that grows in last year wood. And the main crop usually grows in the brand new branches that grow this year. So you usually get two crops in your figs, and that's what you just expect on most fig plants. As we see here, this one have some figs, and out of about 50 figs that I had while it was in the greenhouse in the early spring, uh, most of them fell off, and I only have like 5 or 6 left in this plant. And this one is a Olympian fig. Um, so as you see, my rotor fig here is not as densely populated as I had them last year. Last year I had probably around 20. Well, this year there's more space in between, so they only are 10, because last year there were young plants. Most 90% of them were young plants, so they weren't going to produce any. So this year they are a year old, they are mature, and they should give me some fruit. So that is the hope. So what I want to show you here is that I have um, cut off the air layers that I had made that you've probably seen on the other videos in the greenhouse. So I'm going to show you here. They were doing 422. So that's April 22. And they already have um, all that white that you see there. Those are all roots. So that one was right here, right there. And also another thing that I want you to see is that I've made all my plants, they have metal tags, which I make out of soda bottles. That way you always have an identity of um, when you created the air layer, when you know, keep a diary sort of. Uh, so this one is a Aishia fig, and this other one that I have over here is, okay, well, you see all the roots on this one. These are all very ready. And this one is large fig magnolia. And as you see, the leaf a little bit yellowish, so that means that this one was ready to start getting more nutrition than what it's getting from those small roots. So she needs to grow her roots to get to give the nutrition that she gets, that she needs. Also, this one here is a Turkish fig called morgus, which means purple eye. That's what I mean in the Turkish language. And the same, I made a tag. I have already started this video a little while ago, but then a dog started barking, so I had to cut it off and restart again. That's why these plants are already cut. But what we're gonna do now is, since that's we can't cry it over spilled milk. Well, I'm gonna bring these plants over here to this wheelbarrow. Where we're gonna do the up potting these plants. I'm gonna put this in there. We're gonna be doing the up potting this plant, uh, and then after that we'll water it and put them in the ground. But I'm only gonna show you how to do this part because this is what I want you to guys to learn. All right. So I have these are called grow bags, and in these bags you just plant your plants. And when winter comes, because I am in the zone 6B in the United States, and this is winterland, and we got a lot of snow every year. So those plants, they all have to go to the storage area that I built for them. Uh, so I'll show you what this look like. So you see the back here. Uh, This is the bag. This is a 3-gallon bag. So same bag. I just wanted to show you how it has holes. I made these holes with the scissors. That way the roots will come out of it and go feed themselves, find the nutrition that they need to sustain themselves. So let me take that bag out of there. All right, so this is the scissors that I use. I'm going to throw those things on the side since I don't need them in there. All right, so first we're going to add some soil here. So this is native soil that I pick up from the area where I'm planning to plant them. And it also has a potting mix that I bought, and I mix it together. That way it's not so condensed, because my soil, it's a clay. It's not a hard clay, but it is clay. So I just need to release, make it more breathable. I don't want my plants to be too constricted. So now I'm gonna find. So as you see, these are coffee cups that I use, and the reason for that is because it's so easy to see when the roots are forming, so you can act accordingly to as the development of your root system. So as you see, wherever it's darkening, that's usually where the roots like to come. That's why these were covered with an aluminum foil. That way, encourage the development of roots. So now we're gonna remove the cap, which I had cut before in this manner. As you're gonna see, the cap was split, had a hole in the middle, so the wood will be coming out from the middle. So now I'm going to show. All right, so now we're going to take this out of here, and you see how this already was split all the way to the bottom where the wood went in, and the wood continued through the top and the cap. So now I'm going to lose this baby out, and it looks wonderful. They're looking wonderful. So gently we'll take them out of here. There we go. See, I lost one root, but it has a good amount to sustain it. So now that I have all the holes in this bag, well, those roots are going to be starting to get in their sustainability from the ground where they're going to go. And we just put them right in the center. And gently we're going to put the soil in there. I don't want to disturb uh, any of the plants. These things I'm going to just throw on the floor because I'm a one-man crew here. So I'm going to have to try to keep it as neat as possible. But as you can see, it's just to show you the method that I use. So if you decide to do an air layer, you know how to proceed. All right. So we have that one done. All you need is water, but I won't put the water yet because I am going to plant this today. But the ground that it's going to go is not ready yet. So I have to tilt the ground. So I'm going to do one more. We're going to do, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now that the plant is on its grow bag. It has a tag with the date on for today and the variety. That way, I always know how many I have of one species of fig. As it is right now, I think I have around 25 or 26 varieties of figs. And I'm going to show you where I planted all my figs that were inside the greenhouse. So they are here in this new area, and that's our new plant. So as you see, I got more air layers and more brand new plants that are just starting their life. But as you see, they got their tags, date on it, names, where the supplier is, And that's how you do it. And as you can see here, look at this. It's full of roots. They are ready. 6 weeks, that's what it took for these plants to be ready to be cut off from the main plant. The reason why I cut it off, why I did the air layer is because these are too tall. These are 5.5 feet tall, and I don't want them to touch the door of the root cellar where they go in the wintertime. So that way I multiply my plants, and they won't be touching the roof of the air layer, the shelter where they go in the wintertime. So as you see, there are roads over here. Still got more plants, more air layers, and then, okay, so the reason why I'm not showing you how I'm going to plant this yet is because all this here needs to be tilled. Just like this area is tilled right now. I put them in the ground over 2 weeks ago, and they're just doing very well. They have acclimated to the sun from being inside the roots, the greenhouse, so they have to get acclimated. So I did it before it got too hot in the summer here in New England. And this area here, I'm gonna have other stuff growing like corn, beans, and squash, and also my figs. So all this area here that it is open, that you see very sunny, it's gonna be enclosed because I have to protect my beans, squash, and corn and figs from the animals that come at night, such as raccoons, possums, skunks, also the occasional bear. Yeah, that's another new thing here in my area in Rhode Island, that we're getting bears. And a bear has visited my yard twice, and we caught him in videos or pictures. So for that reason, I don't want the bear to come in through here once my figs start to ripening, and he start to feast on it. Not because I don't want to share, but because a bear doesn't care if he breaks a branch or not. So same goes for the deers. See the woods? Those woods are just full of deers, and gotta keep them some kind of restriction so they don't get here. So I'm going to show you back here another air layer that is in there. But what I want you to see is where I dug up the soil that I had on the wheelbarrow. I dug it up from that area because this is freshly tilled. I tilled it 2+ weeks ago. So it's still soft soil, and because it's the native soil that my figs are going to go on, they're going to do well with it, getting adapted to it. See a couple of piles here. Well, I wanted to burn that, of course, not so close to my figs, but in the farther away pile. I wanted to burn that in there, but you need to have a permit from the fire department to burn in the open. So because I'm so close to the forest, well, you can have a forest fire, but you have to have the right conditions. It's either has to be raining for you to start the fire, so that way it reduces the chances of a forest fire. So I got to abide by the law, and if you have to do the same, you do it, because here in the USA, you do something wrong, you will pay the price. So there you go, guys, from Patio Frutal. I guess when I tilt and fence the whole area, I'll make another video so you guys see how it ended up looking. Uh, but there you go, guys. Even the chickens are saying goodbye from Patio Frutal. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, and you have a great evening.